Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Millennial Smark, and I'm giving you the slop, the whole slop, and nothing but the slop. Link is down in the description box below. Just figure I can give you guys a quick video because I know I'm going to be gone all day today. And I'm going to do this before I forget all about it. Ryan Nemeth has filed a lawsuit in the Superior Court of California against All Elite Wrestling AEW CEO Tony Khan and former AEW wrestler CM Punk, alleging assault, professional retaliation, and blacklisting from the wrestling industry. The 9-page complaint is dated February 14th and was obtained through the court's website by Post Wrestling. Court records show the lawsuit was submitted on February 21st despite the earlier date indicated on the filing. Nemeth claims his issues with Punk, whose real name is Phil Brooks, began in mid-2023 as Punk was about to return from suspension following the infamous backstage altercation at All Out in September of 2022. The lawsuit states that on April 16, 2023, Nemeth contacted AEW executives expressing concerns that Punk might physically attack him upon his return. Though not mentioned in the lawsuit, Punk returned to AEW with the debut of Collision on June 17, 2023. That night, he cut a promo where he seemingly referenced the Young Bucks, whom he had previously fought backstage, resulting in his suspension by calling them, and I quote, soft. Later on X, Nemeth posted, and I quote, literally the softest man alive, which he later claimed was in character. According to Nemeth, an incident occurred on June 21st, 2023, when Punk allegedly confronted him in the AEW locker room, demanding to settle their differences like men. Nemeth states he attempted to de-escalate the situation and later reported it to AEW executives, but alleges the company took no disciplinary action against Punk. AEW didn't respond to a request for comment regarding the story. A request for comment sent to a phone number believed to belong to Punk was immediately responded to. The lawsuit argues that Khan and AEW were aware of Punk's history of physical altercations but made a conscious decision to keep him in the company. It notes the creation of AEW Collision, a separate television program that purportedly served to distance Punk from other members of the roster. The lawsuit claims that in addition to being a wrestler, Punk was also a member of the AEW management, which likely refers to Punk's dual status with the company at the time as both wrestler and employee. Brooks is one of the AEW's most popular wrestlers, the lawsuit states. Khan did not feel that Brooks could be removed without a substantial loss in profit for AEW. Nemeth alleges the situation escalated on August 12, 2023 when he traveled to Greensboro, North Carolina, where AEW Collision was being taped. While waiting for transportation, Nemeth says he noticed Punk using his phone. Shortly afterward, he says he received a text from AEW official Pat Buck instructing him to meet upon arrival at the venue. Once at the arena, Nemeth claims Buck informed him he needed to leave and fly out of Greensboro the same day. Nemeth alleges that being removed from the venue in front of colleagues and fans caused irreparable damage to his reputation. He believes Punk orchestrated his removal and that Khan supported it due to his admiration for Punk. 2 days later, Nemeth says he contacted AEW's legal department to complain. His attorney states in the complaint that AEW's lawyers, and I quote, were stunned and could offer no explanation, unquote, for the actions of Punk and Khan. Nemeth alleges that after continued follow-ups, AEW's general counsel Chris Peck threatened him with a legal action and accused him of using a ghostwriter in his emails, which Nemeth describes as, and I quote, bizarre response. Nemeth claims Nemeth claims he was then quietly removed from AEW's booking schedule, effectively ending his ability to earn income under his per-appearance contract. He states he was under an exclusive AEW wrestling contract from March 1st, 2023 through February 29th, 2024, though he had worked for AEW before formally signed. The lawsuit describes Khan as being deeply invested in Punk and I quote, heartbroken over his eventual departure from AEW. It claims Khan viewed Punk as an idol and adored him in every way. Khan publicly announced Punk's termination on September 22nd, 2023 episode of Collision following a backstage altercation between Punk and wrestler Jack Perry. Nemeth's complaint alleges that Khan blamed him for Punk's exit and retaliated by ensuring he could not secure work elsewhere in wrestling. Now, described in Nemeth's legal filing, Nemeth reportedly submitted an internal complaint at AEW, according to Fightful's early reporting. Nemeth was encouraged to cut a promo on Punk by AEW, according to Nemeth's claims references in the report. Specifically, Tony Khan blames Nemeth for Brooks leaving AEW and has used his significant resources to make sure that Nemeth can never again make a living in wrestling, the lawsuit states. Nemeth's lawsuit alleges assault against Punk and other counts against AEW and Khan, breach of contract, breach of implied covenant of good faith, and fair dealing. The plaintiff alleges intentional interference with prospective advantage against all defendants. Nemeth also names 20 John Does as defendants, which he states are people and business entities that he will identify and add to the lawsuit later. Nemeth has continued wrestling since leaving AEW. According to records from CageMatch.net, he has worked multiple matches for TNA and several independent promotions. On the day his lawsuit was filed, he competed in a TNA World Title match against Joe Hendry. The lawsuit presents Khan's background by alleging that he was reassigned from the Jacksonville Jaguars to Fulham FC after Nemeth claims straining relationships with the Jaguars organization, which is owned by his father Shahid Khan. The Jaguars' official website currently lists Tony Khan as the organization's chief football strategy officer. Nemeth claims Khan mismanaged Fulham, leading to multiple lawsuits. Nemeth's lawsuit further alleges that AEW was created by the Khan family as a way to, and I quote, to provide Tony with something to do safely away from the family's ventures, end quote. The complaint also includes a photo of Tony Khan, but it doesn't explain the image's relevance to the case. The complaint claims or seems to contain some errors related to dates. It states that Nemeth's last AEW match was on November 18, 2024, though records indicate his last AEW and Ring of Honor matches were taped on November 4th, 2023 in Wichita, Kansas. It also claims Punk left AEW to join WWE on November 25th, 2024, though Punk's WWE return occurred at Survivor Series on November 24th, 2023. Another reference to an, and I quote, early 2023 incident involving Punk allegedly assaulting wrestlers Matt and Nick Jackson appears to align with a backstage altercation from September 22nd. Nemeth is represented by attorney Michael W. Caspino of Prince Caspino. Judge Tony L. Richardson was assigned on the case on Monday. So that's all the details in regards to this alleged lawsuit. Good luck to the young man. That's all I gotta say to him. Just good luck to him. I don't know if he has a case, only because like you can claim everything being in character, but then what would be the reference as to why CM Punk couldn't make the same claim? Although we know that's not the case. Like, why couldn't Punk make the same claim that Ryan is making as far as what he said on Twitter? Meaning that he instigated. Like, it'd be one thing, for an example, where like, and I'm not sure, because obviously I'm not no legal scholar or anything like that, but someone can, correct me inside the comment section, right? It's no different than self-defense, right? Like, saying, for an example, like as far as the precedent is concerned as to whether or not you can use self-defense in a case. Like, self-defense isn't you punch somebody in the face and then like, either A, you shoot them with a gun and you get off scot-free, right? Because like it has to be, I forgot the word for it, but like the implication has to be, it has to be equal force, right? Like if someone punches you in the face and then you punch them back in the face because you fear that they're going to hit you again and then you end up killing them, then you should be perfectly fine, right? Like there should be nothing happening to you because it was equal force, versus you pulling out a weapon, you now just escalated the situation. So even though you were defending yourself, like there's a good shot 9 times out of 10. Like obviously it's going to depend on circumstances, like how big the person is, how skilled the person is when it comes to fighting, but 9 times out of 10, if it's like a stranger on a stranger and you pull out a weapon and you shoot a person or something like that when they just punched you in the face, it'd be very difficult to win a self-defense. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it'll be very difficult, right? Or something that's just entirely impossible is if you instigated the situation. Like for an example, you hit somebody in the head and then you take off running and then they chase you and then they beat your ass and then you end up killing them. And you can't make a self-defense case at that point because you instigated the situation. Even though you even ran away, you instigated the whole situation, right? It will have to be something clear and cut like that. Now, again, obviously, I'm pretty sure it'll be a difference when actually talking about a lawsuit being implied Because again, the case that Ryan Nemeth is making, I'm not sure what leg he has to stand on when he instigated the situation, and if he wants to make the same claim as far as him being in character, I don't know why CM Punk couldn't make the same claim. Even though we know it'd be bullshit, I wouldn't know why he would have made the same claim, because I could say that Ryan Nemeth is full of shit also, right? And all this other stuff as far as irreconcilable differences in regards to how he is now looked upon as far as fans are considered or wrestlers, hurting his reputation. My dude, how many matches did you have in AEW before all this? Like, am I tripping here? Like, I don't remember seeing Ryan Nemeth at all on television. Maybe he was on Dark. Maybe he had a couple of... Well, it could have been on Collision, because, I mean, he was pretty much dismissed for the most part after the fight, or the intended fight with CM Punk. And that was only like a week or so after Collision, or maybe even the same week, right? Around that time frame. So, I don't think he had a match on Collision. If he did, it was probably like one. Like, where did you wrestle, dude? I'm only stating this because it's like, what do you mean damage to your reputation? You don't have a reputation. Like, what was taken away from you? Ooh, like I don't understand. Not to mention, I'm not understanding this argument in regards to, like, I was in character and everything was fake, but then at the same time, you're bringing up damages done to your reputation in regards to the wrestling community. I mean, never mind the fact that you don't have a reputation and no one gives a fuck about you. How do you make the claim that you were in character, implying that you know that you wrestle or you do things in the business that people are aware of is fake, but at the same time, you're making claims about your reputation being harmed in a fake business? Like, that's dumb as fuck. I'm not understanding the logic. That'd be like, for an example, like, say that, let's just hypothetically say, the guys that beat the shit out of Shawn Michaels. Remember back in 1995, the Navy guys that jumped Shawn Michaels, right? With Davey Boy helping him inside the car. That'd be the equivalent of, say, a group of wrestlers beating the fuck out of Shawn Michaels, and Shawn Michaels making a point that, oh, my reputation has been harmed. Shawn, we know you're soft. I mean, within the context of wrestling, I'm pretty sure maybe Shawn could kick my ass or the average person's ass, but like within the context of wrestling, like, Shawn, you're soft as fuck. We know this to be the case. But at the same time, we know that you're a top guy in wrestling. So, like, your character being displayed on television, we know that you're a tough guy on television, as your character suggests, but we know how to decipher your character from who you are in real life. So what reputation damage are you talking about? And again, as far as reputation, I gotta bring, what reputation, dude? You don't have a reputation in wrestling. Like, you're a loser. Like, we all know you're a loser. What are you talking about? Like, sure, whatever the case may be, he feels is going to help him, I guess. I don't know, like, Godspeed, homie, I guess. I don't think you have a leg to stand on. I mean, this is very similar to the Kevin Kelly case also. I'll leave the link down in the description box below if you guys want to look at that also. Because, I mean, he's in 2 lawsuits. AEW. Well, actually, no, I think they actually dropped the lawsuit, if I'm not mistaken. With, I got to look it up. I'll post the link down in the description box if you guys like to look at it. Because, like, with the Tate twins and Kevin Kelly, I didn't make a video on it, but I swear I heard something about them, like, dropping it to, like a civil court or a district court somewhere, like, in Florida, right? So it's not really a lawsuit anymore. I don't know if he's tending it to it or if he's trying to go out of his way to, you know, I don't know, like, try to present it to a different court. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But I don't think the lawsuit is that big of a deal right now, if I'm not mistaken. But man, there is a lot of people trying to sue Tony Khan right now at the moment, and it's like, god damn, bro, left and right, Tony Khan and AEW are getting sued, and it's for the most petty shit possible. Like, but all I'm saying is, if Kevin Kelly couldn't win his case, and honestly, I look at his case, and, you know, say what you will about Kevin Kelly, I respect the man as far as his talents are considered, and maybe you could say he got the raw end of the deal fucking with Tony Khan. But, like, all in all, I said it, I think I made a video on this a year ago, and I'm gonna reiterate the same stance. I still don't see, like, what happened with that deal that made Kevin Kelly believe he had a leg to stand on from a precedent standpoint. You know, like, you're saying you got dismissed, but in reality, like, your case, because what was it, like he was talking shit or something like that as far as the company was considered, or something along the lines of that, not verbatim here. And Ian Riccaboni ran and told Tony Khan because, well, I mean, I don't think Kevin Kelly has a legitimate contract outside of an independent contract, right? So he can just get fired whenever he wants to get fired by AEW, no different than being released by a superstar. Like, they can do that. I mean, it may be shitty, but they can do that. And you gave them a reason. Not that I agree with the reason, but you gave them a reason. You know what I mean? So it's like your early dismissal. I don't know what leg you had to stand on. I just mean legally. I'm not talking about morally or whether or not I agree with him. So it's like, if Kevin Kelly didn't have a case, or the Tate twins for that matter, like, what the hell does Ryan Nemeth think he has a chance to do? Like, dude, you don't have a chance in hell. But hey, like I said, man, more power to the dude. But I guess let me hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. Again, if I made some mistakes in this video in regards to, you know, maybe making a false equivocation as far as the self-defense case is considered, I was only talking about more so intent to know whether or not he has a legal standing as far as what he can get out of the situation regarding what he's claiming. I'm not making the comparison on the basis that both self-defense and intent in regards to what he's trying to pursue are on the same level. It's merely just like talking about the substance of it in itself, if you understand what I'm saying. But if I made a false equivocation, please let me know. I do apologize. And pretty much that's it. I'll leave the link down for the Kevin Kelly article if you'd like to read that. And if anything else breaks later on today, I'll talk about it at my job. You'll probably hear echo, no different than usual. Otherwise, I'll be catching you guys tomorrow for whatever news pops up, or I'll just catch you tomorrow for the AEW review. With that being said, my name is Devontae, aka Millennial Smart, and I'll be catching you fine folks later. A deuces and a P eyes.